What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So I'm just going to follow up with the top stocks that we called out for our Sunday stock talk, which was yesterday. And one of them definitely has to be UGAS. So we had a good amount of people actually swing trading UGAS because of the continuous uptrend that it was showing. No question about that. Ended up peaking out today. It is right, like intraday, on this breakdown, it is right at the EMA, which is right around the $11 mark. Therefore, it's still holding. Looks like it's hit highs of 1120, had a little bit of a pullback, so this is actually most likely the pullback that we're going to see, and that is actually something that we were looking for. I was actually kind of hoping that it would still stay at around the $10 to $10-40 price point. So if you guys could see how it played out, last week on Friday when it pulled back, bounced on the golden VWAP, hit the resistance. I felt like that was actually very easy to understand. With this being said, it actually moved up a lot during pre-market hours, which led it to kind of now be at that next price point, which is around $11. $11 was a previous resistance, becomes a new support as it breaks above it. Looking a little bit further back, we'd have to look at a 30-day analysis. Not even that far. Let's try to see if we can look at a 10-day analysis and then simply follow up with it. We could see that it's peaking out based on its previous price point, kind of where it was before. So we could see it's kind of oversold or overbought. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and see if it could start trending up. And if it can, I'll take a position trying to see if it could actually continue moving up and seeing that uptrend. But if not, all intraday, it is right around this purple VWAP. So if you guys don't know what that is, that's an indicator that we use to identify good buy points, sell points. And again, that's the VWAP indicator. This is the middle one for me. And it looks like it's starting to build back up again. I'm going to turn on my level 2 just so I can see where people are buying and selling. But definitely looking like a bounce now. Again, it did consolidate right at the previous support around 1095, 1096. And pretty much that is it. Looks like he has a slight resistance at about 105, another one at 110, if you guys could see there, and then another one at 120. But I'm going to set my alert. And I just want to make sure my speakers are on. So I'm going to set my alert, and if it goes below, this current price point, then I'll be sure to let the team know that we're most likely going to be looking for a bounce off the golden VWAP, and then that's where I'm going to try to identify my good buy point. So I think this was a solid follow-up. We just want to make sure that it continues this uptrend, and if it does, then that can offer a lot of area of opportunity for ourselves. So. There we go. DGAS, obviously the inverse is at the very bottom. So if we see UGAS starting to see signs of a downward trend, then DGAS, again being the inverse at that $24 support, offers a lot of potential for profit intraday. But unless it starts showing signs of it breaking above the 24.50 price point, then I don't see this one to offer actually a lot of potential. And this is even for the days that follow. So I'll simply set my alert there, giving me a better understanding that it's trending back up. NKE, just like we called out, and we called it out, last Sunday when it came down to the overall trend that it had to offer. We looked at 180-day analysis, and this is to one of the members asking me what is it that I thought about Nike. This is Nike, multi-billion-dollar company, showed signs of a huge downtrend. Next resistance is around $54, and it's been seeing an uptrend ever since it broke above EMA. So I think that was a great call out. SRAX, if I'm not mistaken, this thing was actually seeing a pullback during pre-market hours. Oh no, it's right around that 450 mark, which is kind of where it was. Wow, it did have a pullback, but it's already pulled back up already. So had a pullback, kind of held around 420, which is a previous support, so that makes sense. It's right at the resistance right now. That's 450, 460, and it looks like it's just starting to see signs of an uptrend. So this could be a huge momentum runner, and we're really seeing that volume start picking up and following. CX, I did get an alert today that it broke back above $8, so that was a good sign. The reason that we see so much value in CX is because it's at such a low point that even looking at it at a one-year analysis, it offers a lot of potential based on its previous support area, which is really needed to start catching up with the EMA and indicating an uptrend. I have my alert set. When it breaks above 820, I'll consider it actually trading it. XXII, finally, actually starting to show signs of an uptrend. This is definitely one that we have in our watch list and one of the top stocks that we called out for my overall. Let's see if I can actually pull it up. Here we go. So if you guys can see right here, these are the top stocks that for my mentorship program that I called out. An XXII support at 260, resistance at $4. Does that entry point when it goes above $28. The reason why is I want to make sure that it breaks above the EMA before I start getting there. I think long term it does offer a lot of potential, especially when it pulls back, just like it's done before. When it breaks above EMA, has a solid run. Breaks above EMA, solid run. Breaks above EMA, solid run. When it breaks below EMA, it pulls back, pulls back, pulls back. We're waiting for that break above EMA on this 180-day chart, and that's going to be a solid entry at around 280. Yes, I could get in around 274, 275, but it's gone up here before. I want to make sure that it breaks above 280 and enter around 285 to make sure that we're seeing a solid uptrend. I'm not here to maximize every single dollar. I'm here to ensure that the positions that I do take are quality positions. So I have my alert set, and until they get until they alert me, I probably won't be taking a position. I have my alert set on this one. When it breaks above $17, we're just following up with this one. Still not showing signs, any true signs of an uptrend. It's still kind of just riding around the EMA. Again, I want to wait for this thing to break above $17 for us to be solid, and above that $18 price point. This is one of the top stocks that I'm looking at today, and I'm waiting for the break above 13. The reason why is this is Taco, this is Del Taco. Had that huge drop from about $15 all the way down to $12 and a resistance now at 13. And it's been consolidating here and even seen signs of a downtrend at this, $12.60 support to about, $12.80 and stuff like that. So again, I'm not too interested in Taco until it hits the breaks the resistance, or even if it has a technical bounce at $12. So with that being said, I'm actually going to set my alert if it goes below $12.25. As we know, $12 is a actual support. WPRT, I'm actually not too interested in this one anymore, and that is why it's no longer in my watch list. I don't find like it's very relevant anymore. So with that being said, I actually see this thing actually starting to trend back down again and heading to the support. So we called the bounce here. We called the resistance at $4. It didn't hit $4. It hit $4.86 or $4.90. Overall, we got really close to the overall resistance, but it just started peaking out, and now it's starting to show signs of a downtrend. As you guys can see on this 180-day chart, it's actually trending below the EMA now. GNC is actually one that I currently have a position on at $8.20. So with that being said, the reason that I bought in at $8.20 is actually due to the previous support that it has here. Is it seeing solid signs of a straight uptrend? No, but we still caught it at a very good price point. It's still trading above the EMA, and until it breaks below it, then that's where I'll consider cutting my losses. But right now, I'm still up very little. That's not what I'm really too interested about. I feel like this is a pretty reputable company, understandable trend on buy point, ideal sell point, and it offers a way larger amount of potential profit than potential loss. You guys do want to look out for the earnings report that it does have coming on, based on its previous earnings report. Let's see how it did. I had a pretty solid day, and then had a sell off the days that followed. So nothing crazy there. F&F not performing the best or a way that we wanted to perform. It looks like that resistance at $35, pretty much $36. It's definitely not performing that, we actually thought that it was going to break $36 this upcoming week. We're giving it the benefit of the doubt. It has not broken below the price point that I've already purchased at, and it's not like I'm up an enormous amount. The previous resistance was $35.60. It looks like it's really trying to hold above $35.60. If it continues to show signs of a downtrend, then that would only give us an understanding that it's most likely going to continue seeing that downtrend. So I have my alert set if it breaks above $36, and until then, I'm going to set my alert also if it starts breaking these support levels, as I don't want to actually end up taking a loss on something that I was green on. MEET, the reason that one of our members called this one out is I think on a 20-day analysis. No. So if we focus right here, it's had a previous support at $3.40, previous highs at $4, and then bouncing right back here, or consolidating right back here around $3.40 to $3.50. So I have my alert set when it breaks above $3.55, but until then, I'm not really watching it. It looks like overall $3.45 is one of the lowest points that it has hit. So until it really starts showing signs of an uptrend, then that's really where I see a lot of potential for profit. So, and then the last one is EGLT. Same thing. This one's still consolidating at $1, has a resistance at 110. So I actually thought I set my alert at 110. Okay. I want to make sure that I know when this thing's bouncing. Again, previous support, validating the support, waiting for the break above EMA. That's around 110. Previous resistance around 150 to 160. We identified a good buy point. We have identified a good sell point. Wait for the confirmation and wait for it to start trending back up. GLG, Taco, UGAS, GNCF. The only one that I did not follow up with was actually DRIP. But DRIP is already trending up. And DRIP has been trending up since our call out and it's been trending above the EMA. It's consolidating right now at that $18 price point and has the first margin or resistance at around $20. So with that being said, I mean, it definitely still does offer a lot of potential for profit, but it's been seeing signs of a downtrend the past couple of days. And I just want to make sure that it continues to see signs of an uptrend. So I'm going to set my alert when it breaks above 1850. I already have a video, if you guys have not watched it, about EMA and RSI. So you guys can feel free to search that up, and I have a video about that. If you want to email me, my email is info@techbudsolutions.com. You should get a link to our Facebook group by emailing me. So if you want to email me, it's info@techbudsolutions.com. And that is the only email that we use for TechBud Solutions. Yep, Dustin saying let's catch that 5% profit. I agree. Okay, so that's a good call out. So JNUG, this thing dropped below $17. I told you guys if it drops below $17, then I'm not gonna really pay much attention to it. The inverse ETF is JDST, which is actually when we called out that this thing has been continuously showing signs of an uptrend. It's heading to that $60 resistance first. So definitely a lot of good signs there. Unfortunately, with JNUG, it's still a falling knife. Therefore, I'm not too interested in actually trading it. Let's see. Oh man, I think I forgot the command. Let's see what people are watching. Let's actually just scan for it. Let's see if we can actually pick up what it is that they're watching very quickly. Yeah, that's my momentum scanner. Yeah, there we go. EVOK. Wow. You guys see that? Had a huge pump from that $3 price point, and then huge sell-off. If anything, it's actually starting to consolidate here at $3. And if we break above $3, this could be a nice little run. But wait, it's actually still trending below the EMA and still below the purple VWAP. That's a huge red flag. The MACD indicator is starting to show signs that this thing has potential to, actually start bouncing as it's curving back in. And the RSI is definitely indicating that it's oversold. But it's still dropping. And big picture, I mean, it almost looks like it's building the kind of like this peak and this downtrend from this point forward. We can see that it's definitely consolidating here. So with that being said, I'm just going to set my alert. And until it breaks above that price point, not going to be too interested in it. But yeah, that was a decent scan. Let's see. ATRS. We've called that one out before. Oh, yeah. The stock bot is dead. I need to make sure that thing picks up. Looks like it's had a pretty solid run. It actually just had a sell-off. Right now, it's right at the purple VWAP and the EMA. So it should have a pretty solid bounce here if we get the confirmation. EVOK just broke above. We need to get that confirmation that this thing's trending up. It definitely does offer a lot of margin intraday. Again, this is a day trade. Intraday for profit. UGAZ is going strong. I like that. Taco's still dropping. All right, guys, I'm going to cut the live stream here. I need to head on over to my private group chat real quick. Thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. All the links are in the description if you guys want to stay connected with TechBot Solutions and all it is that we have to offer. The first link will be for the mentorship program. Thank you guys again. Like always, continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives you in your success. Let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.